Hey, what's up, guys? Valley Flying here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. Now, I've had a few questions last week about the Ironman event, what I should be doing, and I gave kind of the same answer on both of those. And instead of answering the same way because I know that questions are going to pop up again, I thought I'd just make a video so you guys can check out my feelings on what about this Ironman event. Now, for those of you that are kind of new, don't know what the Ironman event is, during beta, there was an event to unlock Ironman, and to get that, you needed to pass a certain stage with 5 shield characters that were all 5-star or above. Now, when considering what to do and who to farm for this Ironman event, there's a few questions you need to ask yourself before even worrying about that. Is it even worth it to farm these shield characters for an Ironman event? The big question is, we don't know if there's going to be an Ironman event coming up. We don't know if it's going to be in the same way that it was during the beta. We don't know when it will be, if it is in fact coming back. There's just so many questions that we don't know, that it makes it kind of tough to answer these questions about who to farm and what's happening with this. There's been very little communication from Fox Next at all. I think that I've seen one post on Reddit, and that's it. I've reached out to them, customer service, and I haven't heard back from them. So we don't know what's gonna happen. So that's a big question mark. My guess is that they're gonna bring it back, and it'll be the same way. And if I had to guess a time frame, I'd say maybe about a 1 or 2 month. But those are just guesses. I have no information from any official source or anything. That's just speculation on my part. Could be 100% accurate, could be 100% wrong, but that's what I think is going to happen. Next question you got to ask yourself is getting Ironman worth it? And the reason I asked this, now, Ironman is not a bad character. I rated him as the #1 blaster character in a previous video, and my opinions on him have not changed. He is a very good character. The thing is, to get him, you're going to have to farm some of these shield minions, and they're not that good. I mean, mediocre at best, and you could make an argument for really, really bad for some of these characters. You're going to have to divert some of your resources, some of your energy, some of your time, some of your gear, some of your gold towards getting these guys to a usable place. And is that worth it? For me, the answer is no. You can see my shield team right here. They're not very starred. They're not very leveled. Yeah, I mean, let me just go show you what I am farming on a daily basis. Captain America got 2 nodes, spending 180 energy on him every day. Yondu, 2 nodes, 160 energy. Hawkeye, that's 140 energy, and Night Nurse, that's 140. That's 620 energy. With that's without any refreshes, just on these characters. And then I'm trying to gear some of these characters as well. As I just don't have the time, because I'm focusing on getting this A team and this B team really solid, and diverting resources towards minion is not worth it for me. Now, it might be worth it for you. You know, Iron Man might be your absolute favorite character. You need to have him. Then I would definitely shift my resources towards getting Iron Man in hopes that they're going to bring him back the same way that they did during beta. Which, as I mentioned before, is not guaranteed. But that's me. So let's go back to these shield characters, and we'll talk about them a little. Let's say that the value, the opportunity cost to focus on some of these characters is more than worth it for you. Then you got to decide who to farm. So the first are easy. Quake, one of the best characters in the game. Captain America, one of the best characters in the game. Hawkeye is up there. I don't know if he's in the top 5, but he's pretty high. And he's farmable too. So these 3 are a definite no-brainer, no question. Black Widow, not farmable. She's not gonna be in this discussion. Nick Fury, not farmable, not in this discussion. So you got these 5 minions here left. You need 2 of them. I'm gonna make it real easy. Shield Trooper, one of the worst characters in the game, out. Shield Assault, he's pretty bad as well. He's out. So we got Shield Medic, Shield Security, Shield Operative. If we want to talk about farmable, and this is where opportunity cost comes in, we look at Shield Security's nodes. He's on 3-6, so very farmable, only 12 energy. It's also in the arena store. This is a big question you gotta ask yourself. Is getting Iron Man worth it to divert resources away from Quake, away from Drax, and putting it into Shield security? Is that worth it for you? For me, the answer was no. But if it is, this guy is probably the quickest farm of these 3 remaining characters. Next quickest farm of these 3 remaining characters is Shield Medic. So let's go to look at where she's available very early on. 12 energy per node. Heroes 2-3, villains 1-6. So you got 2 nodes. You got high chance of getting her every day. I already have her at 3 stars. So for me, this is gonna be one of the characters that I would start to farm if I changed the direction of my team. Just because she's already at 3 stars. I did that early on in the game when she was my only healer, and I haven't really touched her since I got Night Nurse. The least farmable of these characters is Shield Operative. Only 1 node, costs 16 energy, up at Heroes 4-3. So if I had to rank them in order of farmability, and obviously this is going to be at the expense of some of your arena store farm. Shield Security, you're going to be able to farm them the fastest, then Shield Medic, then Shield Operative. Let's take a look at their kits, see which character is actually the best. Shield Operative, and let me just say, none of these kits really impressed me. Shield Operative, she has a decent attack. She could do slow. She could do clear. It's a decent positive attack. I think you need to crit for this to happen, though. I'm not sure about how this positive effect from target works. I know some of the skills are worded really weird, and I haven't used her enough to know if this clears it or if you need to crit to clear it. I know there's a period here, and just by reading it, you would think that it just clears it, but because of some of the other skills and how they proc and how they're worded, it might be just on crit. And if it's just on crit, it's not as good. If it's all the time, then it's a little better. Apply Stealth. This is a big skill for the if you're trying to keep somebody alive, especially in those campaign missions. I think she is valuable. You're applying Stealth to the lowest health ally for 2 turns, which means you can't attack that target unless you use an AoE attack or an adjacent attack. You're going to heal them for a little bit. You're going to get some regeneration, so you get a little more healing there. Really good in that mission. You know, healing's never bad, but is she better than some of the other characters? Let's take a look at their kits. Shield Medic, one of the first, I think she's the first healer that you get in the game. Not bad, but the healer is so weak that she does. All right, so let's look at her basic attack first, though. She attacks for 190% damage, not huge. 50% chance to apply offense down for 2 turns. That could be pretty big, especially if you use that on someone that has a big attack, like maybe Winter Soldier or Wolverine or someone that has a big attack. You're just kind of negating that by 50%. And then on crit, you're getting slow for 2 turns, so you're making them slower too. And again, same thing as Shield Operative. I'm not sure how this works. I haven't leveled her enough. I haven't used this. But on reading this, I think that you would get the 50% chance to apply offense down, and then separately, when you crit, you get the slow. But I'm not sure. Either way, it's a very mediocre skill. Either way you read it, it's a mediocre skill. Then she's got this heal. It's a pretty weak heal. The interesting thing is that she does have a chance to revive. It's a low chance, and you're not getting a lot of health, so you can't even take a hit. 1 hit, you're gonna die if you get revived. But it could be useful if you get off a hit before you get killed, possibly. And then on her on her passive, she's going to be able to regenerate and give a little more health. Not bad, not the best healer, but she's okay, I guess. I mean, it's a pretty weak heal, and she's a healer, so I mean, you could do worse. I would for me, I would focus on her, 1, because she has 2 nodes, and 2, because I already have her at 3 stars. Let's go take the last guy, though. Now, I'm not a huge fan of his. I know there's a lot of people on Reddit that love Shield Security. There's some people in the comments that like Shield Security, and he's not that bad. His skills don't really scale very well as you start to level him. Now, this 25% chance to apply stun, and then you apply slow if it doesn't apply stun. It could come in handy, but it's a low chance to stun. 25% chance. That's at level 6. It doesn't really get too much higher than that. I think it goes up to 30 when you get to level 7, but you know, I would think this should be a little higher. Crowd control. Attack the primary target and adjacent targets for a little less damage, but you're getting the adjacent target as well. And then you get a little higher chance to get a stun. You don't get that slow if you miss on that stun, or if you don't get the stun. You know, so it's not bad. Very, very mediocre 2 attacks. Now, let's look at his passive, because I actually like this passive. I like the way it procs. As soon as an ally drops below 50% health, he's going to taunt. That can be very annoying when you're facing him, because you can't really control when the taunt happens. And if you don't have a bunch of debuffers, this thing's going off all the time when you're trying to kill someone. I do like this. I think this is a cool move. And then he's getting a better block chance, and he's getting more block amount. Again, I don't think he's awesome. He's not horrible, though. But, you know, the problem in farming him is you're getting that one node. So similar to the S.H.I.E.L.D. operative, and then you're going to either have to sacrifice Drax or Quake. Unless you got them both 7-starred, and you can do what you want with that. Most people... Let me go back to the game here. Most people recommend S.H.I.E.L.D. Medic, S.H.I.E.L.D. Operative. I don't think you could go wrong with that. I mean, in the raids, if Night Nurse dies, you need another healer. She could step up. She's not as good, but she could step up there. And S.H.I.E.L.D. Operative, if you're having trouble with those campaign missions where you need to keep somebody alive, she is invaluable in those missions because she's going to keep somebody alive. Outside of that, though, very mediocre. And S.H.I.E.L.D. Security, again... mediocre character. If you're willing to sacrifice Quake or Drax, S.H.I.E.L.D. Security is going to be a very fast farm for you. What would I do? I would go S.H.I.E.L.D. Medic and then S.H.I.E.L.D. Operative. I don't like taking resources away from Drax or Quake. I'd like to get my Drax ranked up a little higher. Right now, I'm trying to get Quake to 7 stars, though. For me, that's a little more important. Maybe not the best in-game strategy decision, but... I've said this before, you got to do what you like in the game and what makes this game fun for you, and I think getting Quake to 7 stars is more important than Drax, or definitely more important than S.H.I.E.L.D. Security. Now, if you want a fast farm, if they're announcing that they're going to have this in 2 weeks and it's going to be exactly the same, I might shift that towards S.H.I.E.L.D. Security because it's going to be the quickest farm for you if you take those arena shards. And then I would definitely stick with S.H.I.E.L.D. Medic, even though S.H.I.E.L.D. Operative is probably a better character. Well, that's it. For me, I would go S.H.I.E.L.D. Medic, S.H.I.E.L.D. Operative. If you want a faster farm, you go S.H.I.E.L.D. Security, S.H.I.E.L.D. Medic. And that is it. That is my opinion. Let me know what you think, though. Let me know what you think is going to happen with this Ironman event, what they're going to do, if they're going to do the same, if they're going to have it in the future, and when you think it's going to be. My guess is about 2 months, just to give people a little more time to farm these characters. But again, like I said, that is just a guess. It could be totally off. And then, who would you farm? Who would you work on your roster, and why? I know I see some comments like, I like this character, I like that character. Let me know why, if you like a character better than and disagree with me. And it's alright to disagree with me. I'm not always right. But I do share my opinions with you guys, and yeah, they're right to me. But as I get more information, sometimes I change what I think. Anyway, that's what I think. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. More of these analysis type videos coming up, and you know, top 10 list, gameplay, just tips to help your gaming overall. So make sure you subscribe and then click on the notifications so that you can be notified when I post a new video. I try to make them every single day, and just to give you guys more content, more tips to work with. And I love hearing from you. Keep leaving those comments in the section, and I will see you guys next time. Subscribe to my videos. Valley Flying out.